Guys, Danny Garola here, Pink Barn Stamper, coming to you from a wet and rainy Tucson, Arizona. We have been waiting for this for quite some time, and it has been heaven today, heaven on earth. So that means as it starts getting warmer here in the next couple of days, this desert is going to be so green and so alive. I just can't wait. My garden is in heaven. I will tell you that much. I walked out earlier today and seen that it was completely cloudy skies, knowing that it was going to rain today. I thought, you know what? I get a day off. I don't have to water today. And that's always a wonderful thing, to not have to go out and, you know, spend that resource on the garden when we can have the natural rain do that for us. Doesn't happen very often, but boy, when it does, it is fantastic. So it is 79 degrees right now. It is so perfect. I've taken my daughter out a couple of times today and let her just enjoy hearing the rain hit the top of the roof. It's always a beautiful noise. It actually just stopped raining probably about 45 minutes ago, but I'm sure we'll probably start hearing it pretty soon. I know it's supposed to, kind of be on and off all day today, which it has been. Just a little bit ago, God, probably about an hour and a half ago, the thunder crashed so loud, it literally made me jump, which that doesn't happen very often, but boy, it was so loud and it rumbled for quite some time. It's such a neat, eerie. It just reminds me of Halloween, and I am in such a Halloween mood right now. I've already decorated my house. Right after 4th of July, I was just like, nope, it's Halloween now. And it will be until October 31st. And then we start our fall decorating. I still have to, I'm just doing little things here and there, because now that I know that I've given myself time, instead of in the past, I would always decorate the 1st of October, and then it always seems like it goes by so fast. So you do all this stuff to get everything decorated, and then you've only got a month, which seems super crazy that it goes by. And I hate to say it, but the older I get, the faster the time flies, which is really kind of sad. So I know that I have time, that I don't have to rush to get everything up. So I still have to get out from storage all of our big blow ups. So I have all these blow ups that I do around the front of the yard. They're just kind of fun. I love seeing them. So not only do I decorate inside, but I do a little bit of decorating outside. I do have these little things that I ordered off of Amazon. They have tea lights or not tea lights, but they have, maybe they are called, no, fairy lights. That's what they're called. They have fairy lights inside of them, and they're these hanging little, oh my gosh, my mind just went blank, ghosts. And so I have those lined up down my front patio where the Arizona room is. So they're just kind of fun. I light them up at night every once in a while. They're on batteries, so I don't leave them on 24/7. But it's fun. I've been enjoying this year. I had to get out of my own head with a lot of the things that is going on in life. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of Halloween. And as you can see by my shirt, every day I wear a different Halloween shirt. So, I mean, I have probably 10 different Halloween shirts, so I just rotate, but I'm already wearing Halloween shirts. So I don't go out of my house without wearing one. Now this is Camp Crystal Lake, no place to hide. So if you know, you know. I have been working on a lot of projects. We have our upcoming Tucson Comic-Con coming up the end of August. I have been working on some new projects for me. I've been doing glass tumblers, and I've also been doing snow globe tumblers. I did put a couple of pictures up. I am loving that craft. I have been having a blast doing that. I'm also making these little things. Oops, sorry you guys, didn't mean to shake the heck out of you. I've been making the little beaded pens. I'm in love with these, and of course I had to have the purple one because we like to sport purple around my home whenever we can, or have something purple around, because it does have to do with my daughter's Rett syndrome. Purple is their awareness color. So I just have this pin. This is my pin. I was like, nope, I'm going to choose one pin and it's going to be mine. But I am having a blast making these pins and coming up with different color schemes and everything. So that one's mine. Okay, you guys, we have a couple of things we need to talk about when I get you guys flipped around, and then we're going to get into these super adorable cards today. Now, today, I am going to be sharing, this is called the Sweet Jar. Now, that's probably backwards to you guys, but it is called Sweet Jar. And it's got some fantastic images in there. And then it's got this really cute little punch that coordinates with that. There is also another jar stamp set. I will have to look it up here, but it is to do with the holidays. So I will find that one. Now these are in our online exclusives, so you will not find these in any catalog. So if you go to look, because you've fallen in love with these after I've showed you how to create 3 fabulous cards with this, you can go to my online store, shopdannygorilla.com, and you will save 10% when you buy this as a bundle. I also have another promotion to share with you guys that you might want to hold on a couple of days until you buy this. So let me flip you guys around and we're going to talk more about that. So hold tight. Okay, I think that looks pretty straight there. We're gonna go with that. So let me see what that other set was. I don't have it. It is in my shopping cart. Now, I have waited to purchase my next shopping list because I have a fabulous promotion that I want to tell you guys about. So the other jar set, let me grab my computer here and just see if I can share this with you guys. It is called Jar of Joy. So as you can see, it is all things holiday related. Isn't that fantastic? So this is not the last time you're going to see me playing with this set. Well, at least the dot or the punch, because I will be creating some fabulous cards using that Jars of Joy when I get that in. So let me share with you guys some of the fantastic things that we have coming up. So if you don't already have your card created, we did mystery stamping last Wednesday on the 16th. So you still have a couple of days to go ahead and watch the replay video of that. You will find that over in my private group, Pink Barn Stamper group, over on Facebook. That's where you're going to actually submit the photo of your card when you create it. Or you can also watch the replay either here on YouTube or over on my blog. If you go to pinkbarnstamper.com and over on the right hand column, it'll say categories. Just go down to mystery stamping and you're going to see the July mystery stamping. And that's where you're going to see the supply list and the replay video for that as well. So just know that, like I said, you'll see all the details on the blog. And you'll see exactly, there's a link that you can click on there to take you right over to my group. If you're not a part of that, answer the few questions in there and join that group, and I will accept your friendship and allow you in the group. Okay, also, right now we have the Farmhouse Florals paper pumpkin that is able to be subscribed to through August 10th. This is also going to include a free additional stamp set. So let me tell you a little bit about this August Farmhouse Florals. It says, send whimsical cards featuring flowers nestled in delightful, unexpected places. This is going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. It's going to come with some pre-cut paper pieces and linen thread, sentiment stamp for the outside and the inside of the card. And like I said, it is going to come with a free additional stamp set. So that's 2 stamp sets in one of your paper pumpkins, which that is fantastic in itself. I need to open my Poppy. I need a drink. Okay. Also, for this quarter, which we are in the second month of this quarter of our paper pumpkins. So this Circle of Seasons dies is a add-on that you can purchase right within my store. Also know that paperpumpkin.com is no longer a thing. Right when you go into my store at shopdannygarola.com, if you go over to the left-hand side, there's going to be these three little lines. When you click on that, it's going to take you down to a drop-down menu. You can click Paper Pumpkin right to that, right within my store. And once you're there, you're going to see the different ways that you can subscribe, or you can do a 1 month or whatever you choose to do. But this coordinates with our quarterly paper pumpkins. But you know, let me be honest with you. These things will go forever. It's not like dies stop working or anything like that. So you're going to be able to use these dies with many, many, many other cards to come or projects to come. So we have our July, August, and September, and that is what this coordinates with. So as you can see, this one here, which is our July kit, there is, this is no longer available, but as you can see the little strawberries that's going to coordinate with this. And then they've given you other little cute things that will coordinate with upcoming boxes. Oh, look at this, you guys. This is why I said that I haven't placed my order yet, because we have free shipping coming up. That is always like a Christmas in July kind of surprise for us. So this is going to run from July 23rd through the 25th. So it's only 3 days only. Now, how do you get free shipping? So once your cart hits $75 or more, it is going to take your shipping off and it is going to be free. So just know that your order needs to be $75 or more. Not only are you going to get free shipping, but you're also going to get my weekly card kit using the fantastic Sweet Jar bundle that you can create your own cards with. Now, I will tell you that this card kit is intended to be used with the Sweet Jars, but I always tell you guys that I'm sure you probably already have product of your own, that you could always use something that you already have to create the cards that I'm going to share with you. So make sure you mark your calendars. Don't forget shopdannygarola.com so you can get your free shipping on the 23rd through the 25th, which is going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. The other thing that I want to make sure I make you guys aware of, so we have a new holiday catalog coming out. So it's going to run from September to like the first week of January. I don't know exactly what date it ends on, but it's going to be our pretty much September through December catalog. It's going to be where you find all of your holiday stamp sets, bundles, that kind of stuff in it. Now, it is so much easier if I can have Stampin' Up send you guys your catalogs versus you guys having to wait for me to order the box of catalogs, wait for it to come to my home, then I have to repackage them and then make shipping labels and then ship them out to you. It takes so much longer for that to happen. So if you are a current customer of mine and you have been within the last 6 months, or you're going to be, now I have to finalize that on Thursday, July 31st for me to have Stampin' Up send you the catalogs. So if you want one of those catalogs, all you have to do is place an order with me and I will make sure that I can get you on there. But when you place your order, if you are a existing customer of mine, or if you're going to be a new customer of mine, please make sure that you opt in to the rewards program and that you opt into the Stampin' Up is able to send you promotions and that kind of stuff, because that's the only way that I can get you added to my customer list. I no longer have the ability to go in and change and put people's information in there. It is within our customer bases. So that way you can get your catalog because you are a customer of mine and I want you to have that new catalog. I want you to be able to see and be one of the first ones to see some of the new fabulous product that is going to be available to you coming in September. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I told you guys that. Now, if you're not a current customer of mine, but you still want one of the catalogs, you can always go to my blog, pinkbarnstamper.com. In the blog posts, if you read down, there is a catalog request. Just know that you will not get your catalog until after September. So that's what I'm saying, is that if you are a customer of mine, you're going to get those catalogs sooner and have them hopefully before that catalog goes live, so you can start making your shopping list, all the fun things that you need, and be wowed by those new catalogs. Hello, Linda. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome, you guys. Hello, Kimberly. Okay, so just to show you guys, this is the kit that I'm going to be using today to create these 3 fantastic cards. Look at some of that shimmery paper in there. Now I'm also going to be using 2 ribbons, or I guess a ribbon and a twine or linen thread. So just know that in these kits, I will give you the ribbon create these cards. So one of the really cool things is you being a customer of mine and getting this kit, this ribbon is not available to purchase yet, and it will not be available until September in that new catalog. But you're going to get a piece of this to use on one of these cards. So you're going to get to touch this before a lot of others, unless you're a demonstrator and you've already ordered this when you did your Creativity Now. You're going to get to see how beautiful this ribbon is. Okay, so let's get moving here. This kit will also come to your mailbox just like this. Each card will be individually put the pieces in. You're going to get a PDF for each one of these cards. I put those inside of here as well, just so you're aware of that. Okay, let me get all my pieces out here. Let me move some of my stuff around. Okay, I'm gonna put that envelope over there. All right, so my card base, this is Garden Green that I am using. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and we are going to score this at 4 1/4. Now, all 3 of these cards, ironically, are going to be landscape style. I typically do portrait style cards, but it just worked out as I was designing these cards that they're all going to be landscape. So that's kind of a different little thing for me, but I am loving these cards. So we're gonna give that card base a good crease. Our next piece that we need, this is 4 by 5 1/4. Now this comes from the card pack, or the designer series paper called Floral in Blooms. Now this has all this fantastic flower paper in here, but on the back side, they all have an abstract design print on them. So the other side of this paper looks like that. And this is the one that I'm going to use. I really loved all that green. And you're going to see why, because it really coordinates with the stamp that is inside of this sweet jar. Okay, so that's next. I'm also going to need a little piece of gold. And I need a scrap of white, and I need a scrap of garden green. Okay. So let me take another drink. My throat is very dry. So within this stamp set here, you're going to see that this is photopolymer. I do have some of my stamps already mounted on blocks over here, so you don't have to hear the crinkling of this. Now, this is a fantastic set because not only is this great for creating these super cute little jars with the little jar punch here that does the lid of the jar and the jar separately. But you're going to be able to do some Love Day, Valentine's Day, some St. Patrick's Day with your little showing somebody some luck, giving somebody some luck. You've got these, I thought they looked more like jelly beans, but they can also be cookies because you've got these little dots right here. And one of the cards I'm going to be making, I'm going to make this into a cookie. I am going to be using the little shamrocks for this card here. You've got happy birthday, miss you bunches, a little treat for you, sending a little, and then they're in this stamp. It's really neat. This stamp has a blanked out little area right here, which you're going to see me use that on this card, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But then you've got these kind of standalone words: sweetness, love, luck, and party, that you can put in a different color in the inside of that. So it's really, really cute. You've got these different little candles, which again, I'll be using, that you can see how these little candles make quite an array of a, you know, the number of candles that you need to fit inside of this little jar, and you can do them in different colors. It's really kind of cute. Okay, so hold tight. We're going to go ahead and get on with this card. I'm also bringing in, just for this one card, I'm going to be using the Nested Essentials dies. All I need is the second to smallest little banner here that I'm going to use for this card. So just to let you know, that will already come pre-die cut in your kit when you get it. I don't expect you to have that also. So I already will have that pre-cut in your kits. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this piece here, and actually this is not a scrap. This, I'll tell you the measurement of that in just a moment. But I do need to grab my glue here, and it is tipped. And we are going to glue this little patterned piece on here, just like so. Okay, this white piece measures, this is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some stamping on this. So we're going to need our jar. I am using Smoky Slate for my jar. And I'm not going all the way to the bottom. I'm going probably about a ½ inch up from the bottom there. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Now I'm going to grab my garden green and the little shamrock image here. And I'm just going to stamp those right inside of my jar. I'm going to hold those for a couple of seconds to give that time to kind of marinate into that paper, just like so, so it comes out very nice and crisp. I'm then going to grab the single shamrock or 4-leaf clover, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to stamp one right inside of the jar, just like so. And then I'm going to stamp 2 outside of the jar, just like that, as if it caught some wind and it's just flying up and out of there. Okay. Then I think we are done with that. Okay, we're going to need a couple of those and that, and we're going to set that on top of that. Okay, so then we need our little gold foil piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide this right in to the jar lid. Now there is a stamped image that coordinates with this, and you're going to see me use that on one of the next cards, but you can also stamp that or punch that alone, and you get a cute little lid here. So what I'm going to do with that lid is I am just going to pop it up with a couple of little dimensionals. So using mini dimensionals. Just like so. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to pop it up. Whoops. I'm going to actually grab my tweezers because my fingers are just too big for trying to set that on there. I'm just going to set that off to the side of that jar, just like so. Okay, that's going to go on our card. The next thing we need to do is I need to grab the second from the smallest little banner here. And I'm going to die cut that out of my little scrap of green here. Okay, so there is my little banner, super cute. I'm going to grab my little embossing buddy here that has that little dusting of powder in it. I'm going to turn my fan off before I start opening any of my embossing powder. Now here is that stamp that says sending a little blank your way. So when you stamp this, I'm going to use a scrap of paper underneath this. And I am going to just come kind of in the center-ish of that. Stamp that. Make sure I cover my Versamark. And then with my black embossing powder, I'm just going to lightly sprinkle some of that over the top. Just like so. I think I'm going to come in and grab just a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to take my little piece of paper here and just get the rest of that. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my heat tool. And I am going to heat set that black embossing powder. Okay, just like that. Now, I can take the little word luck, and where that little blank spot is in the center of those words, I'm going to stamp luck, just like so. Now grabbing my gold, I'm going to put some gold embossing powder on that. And again, with my heat tool, okay. So then we've got sending a little luck your way. Isn't that cute how you can do that? So now what we're going to do, I gotta wipe this off. I've got embossing powder on there. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to line it up with all 3 of my sides of the designer series paper on the left-hand side. Just going to adhere that down. Where was this set when I needed it for making St. Patrick's Day cards? But now I know I've got this set, and when I go to make St. Patrick's Day cards, I will have a super cute little shamrock. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of my regular dimensionals and put a couple of those on there, like so. I am going to place that right on the side here. Now I'm not centering it, I'm just placing it just to cover a little bit of that line, just so it kind of catches your eye. So that is what that one's going to look like. Isn't that super cute? Now I would come in here with probably some of these little gold. Now these are called the flower accents, or we have, you know, something like this that is more of a flat sequin. Those are called neutrals adhesive back sequins. You could use those, but I think these look really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of these. If I can get this thing open. Grab my take your pick tool, and I am just going to flop a couple of these down on here, just like so. What would be also kind of cool to do, and I just kind of thought about that once I just got done with this, is you could actually put the small ones in these 3 floating little shamrocks. That would be cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the inside of this card. So I've got my white piece for the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4. I didn't pre-cut myself a piece of paper. I don't know why. Where did I just put that paper? There it is. So I'm gonna grab this same designer series paper, and I'm going to cut we're going to do a 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to put that right across the bottom of this paper. Oh, Cheryl, you have those same tweezers? My mom got those for me. I'm not sure where she got them. I'm assuming it was either Amazon or scrapbook.com, something like that. Ha! It looks like Kimberly has those same tweezers also. Well, and of course, she knows me and my pink. I had to have pink tweezers. Okay, so let's see. Can we put anything else in here? We could do sending you a little luck your way. Oh, it already says your way. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to leave it alone. Besides, I am going to grab the little single shamrock. And I am going to do this 1, 2, and 3, just going up the side there. Now, if you wanted to, you could go all the way up the side. Your choice. Your card, your choice. Okay, I'm going to open that up, and we're going to go ahead and adhere that right inside. Hello, Linda. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I must have missed something because what did I see? Oh, I thought I just saw something that I missed. Oh, well. Oh, Linda said I would have never thought of that, so I must read above to see what I missed. And I have a pair to eat Doritos with. That is fantastic. Yes, these would be great Dorito eaters, feeders, whatever you want to call it. That is too cute, Kimberly. Because we all know, same with Cheetos and Doritos are hot messes, that when you're crafting and if you are needing a little snack and you've got Doritos or Cheetos and you want to eat those, you've got a great little Cheeto eater. That is too cute. I love it. Okay, so there is our first card. Super cute for just sending somebody a little luck their way. All right, so card number 1 is complete. Now let's do card number 2. I love card number 2, but then again, I love the colors of it. So I hope you guys like it also. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And it's the card we're going to be using that ribbon on, that blue ribbon that is not able to be ordered yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and get all of our pieces out here. Move my envelope. Okay, so my card base again is 8.5 by 5.5. We're gonna score that at 4 1/4. Now this is thick, basic white cardstock because we are using that for our base. Okay, give that a good crease. Our next piece that we need, this is Misty Moonlight. This is 4 by 5 1/4. My next piece that I have, now this was just a scrap, so you can see that even if you have a piece like this and you've cut something out of it, don't toss this, don't try to cut it up. This piece here is 3 3/4 by 5, and it fits on that perfectly. And nobody's gonna see that because I have a piece of this. Can you guys see that this has a shiny design to it? Now this paper comes in a pack called the Irresistible Designs Designer Series paper. Now it comes in 3 different designs. You've got the design that I'm using that has the kind of plaid lines on it. Then you've got one that has these flowers on here. Now this is fantastic to take one of your, and I'll actually show you on one of the little scraps that I have here and show you how to do it. And then the last pattern that is in here is this leaf pattern that runs vertical with this paper. It's really fun too. So I will show you what the other thing is that you can do with this, because it's almost like it's been embossed. So then you can do the emboss resist on this paper. Now, I'm not going to do it on my piece for the card, but I just want to show you something and give you a little bit of extra idea if you purchase this paper and you want to know something else to do with it. So that is going to go on my card. But for showing you a little bit something else, purpose for this, let me grab this here, and I'm going to actually come in with my strawberry slush ink here. I'm just going to grab a little bit of that ink on my brush here, and over here just start brushing that on that paper. Now I should probably do it a little bit darker just so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing here. So see how that ink is not, is not sticking or is not adding color to where those lines are, it's really kind of a cool idea, because then you can make your paper whatever color you want it to match your stuff and still have a really cool design in the back. And that design is going to remain white. So no matter what color you come in here with, let me grab, I've got this one right here. I'm just going to show you the other side of this just so you can see. I really want you guys to see how cool this paper is. Oh, if I can get my pad to open here. Okay, so then I'm just going to grab that and just do it again. And the more you keep going on there, the more vibrant you're going to make that. So there you go. That is using Shy Shamrock on that. I just think it's such a fun little idea. And especially, like I said, if you need something in a color that we don't have, you can always make your own paper. And it comes in those 3 fabulous designs. So there's your tip and trick for the day using this paper. All right, so here is my card base. Now, the other thing that I need is I need a scrap of white, and I need a piece of that paper here. Now, this is called the Flower Garden Foils. This comes in 2 of each color, and it comes in 2 different designs. So as you can see, you've got the pattern that I am using right now, and this is Strawberry Slush. Then you've got this is the Pretty in Pink, and it has the floral. So each piece comes in 2 colors. So you get Strawberry Slush in the flower and in the lined piece. Same with the cloud cover. So you can see that they each come with 2. So you get 6 pieces of paper in here with these wonderful designs. And I'm in love with this paper. I love the colors that they have chosen to create this paper in. As you've seen in previous cards, I've used that cloud cover and I've used the Pretty in Pink one. So I'm just having fun with this. Oh, I did forget to tell you the other piece that I am going to, or the other item that I'm going to be bringing in here is the 1 3/4 inch circle. Again, this will already come in your kit. So that's all I needed that for. So let's put my scraps over there. Now what we're going to do on this piece here is I'm going to grab my Strawberry Slush, and I need, where did I put my black? Oh, sitting right in front of me. I need the black, I need this, and I need Misty Moonlight. All right, so my jar is going to be stamped in the black. So just like that. Then I need my little jar lid. My jar lid is going to be in Strawberry Slush. Just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I've got the little candles down here. So let me move. I need to come in here and clean off a couple of these that we're not going to need anymore. So I don't need the little shamrock. I don't need these anymore. Okay. Free up a couple of little blocks here. What'd you say? Yeah, where is it?
That's like a dog getting attacked.
I don't think it's getting attacked. I just hear it barking. Is it? It's that. It's probably right back. Yes, it's because that neighbor back there has a dog shelter that she watches dogs. I did just hear that. That's why I kind of froze for a minute because I heard a bunch of dogs. Oh, I forgot what I was doing here. Oh, I was doing something and I forgot. Anyways, that's okay. So we are going to take, so as you can see here, we have a single candle and then we've got one that has 3 on it. So let me move this, and I have to remember where that stamp came from. Ah, I hate when I do that. I set a stamp aside on a block and I don't put it away at the same time. So now I've got a stamp that says thanks on it that I don't know what stamp set it goes to, but I'll figure it out. Now what are we doing? Okay, so I'm gonna come in to, I'm gonna close this so I don't wind up going into my black thinking that it's my Misty Moonlight. So I'm gonna come into Misty Moonlight first, and I'm going to stamp the candles in Misty Moonlight. Okay, then I'm going to, using my chamois over here, I'm going to clean that off and then come into the Strawberry Slush, and I'm going to stamp it again in Strawberry Slush, clean it off, and again in the Misty Moonlight. Okay, like so. Now with my single candle, I'm going to come into Strawberry Slush and go right in. They leave a little gap in between the 3. As you can see, there's kind of a little gap in between there. That's where your other little candle can fit, right in between there. So what was I just using? I was using Strawberry Slush. So since we're already in the same color, I'm going to come into the blue over here. Now grabbing the blue, Misty Moonlight, I'm just going to come in there one more time. Now, we've got, I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff away since we're done with those colors. For the meantime, we might do something on the inside, but we'll get there when we get there. Now I'm using Darling Duckling, and you've got these tiny, tiny little flicker light flames. So then I'm going to come in with the flames, and these 3 flames match your 3 trio of candles. So I'm going to come in, it's going to go right over my Misty Moonlight. It's going to go right over my Strawberry Slush, and then over my Misty Moonlight again. Okay, I'm going to clean that. Then we have another little flame that has kind of a little burst around it, and I'm going to come into those on my single candles. So coming back in with that, I'm going to just do a couple of them. So we've got 3, just like so, just to give it a little different kind of a look to that as well. So we're done with that. So why don't we go ahead and punch out our jar. Now I know some would say I'm a paper waster because I didn't line up the lid with my jar, and that's okay. So there's that, and then I'm just gonna bring this in and punch out that lid. As I was telling you guys, that little stamped image is so cute in that lid, because then you have a little bit detail to that as well. Okay, so now we are going to grab our ribbon over here also, because we do need that. Let's move that out of the way. Let's get these goobers off of this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with this glue, and just right above the edge there, I'm going to then put my lid down, just like so. So now I've got a little lid on my jar of little candles. Now let's bring our card in, let that dry a minute. Let's go ahead and start adhering some of this. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere the Strawberry Slush piece to my Misty Moonlight. Okay, now taking this white release. We're gonna put that on there. Like so. And then now that is going to get adhered right onto my card base. So lots of layers on this, but oh, it's so pretty with these colors. Okay, like that. Now with my piece of ribbon, I'm just gonna come in here and we're gonna, oops, wrong scissors. Those aren't gonna work. Those are for cutting paper. I'm just gonna come in here and cut, you know, a little bit of length. Then taking my jar, I'm going to put some dimensionals on my jar. Like so. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and adhere. I'm gonna off-center this little circle just a tad bit. I'm not going to go a whole heck of a lot. I'm not measuring, I'm not doing anything. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, seeing that it is not centered in my white. That's exactly what I want. Now I'm gonna come in with some of my Stampin' Seal. I'm just going to put just a little line of that on there. And then take my ribbon and just place that on there like so. I'm just gonna let it be adhered in that little section because this is gonna lay over the top of it. Then with my little jar, I'm going to center the jar now over that little cute strawberry slush circle. Then, because we don't need all this crazy length here, I'm gonna come in here and just cut some of this length off. Just like so. And there is our super cute little birthday card. Because it's got candles, I'm gonna say it pertains to birthday. So now on the inside of this card, we've already got white in here. So this is where I was thinking of coming back in with my candles and kind of doing that same color scheme. Why am I not getting my ink to work? Okay, I'm gonna come in with the blue, the Misty Moonlight, and just come in over here like so. Now I'm gonna do Strawberry Slush and Misty Moonlight again. I think it's time to re-ink Misty Moonlight. She's losing her oomph. Okay, now with our single, I'm gonna do one of our Misty and then two of our Strawberry Slush. Okay. Now we can't forget our little flames. So using the trio on the trios of candles. And then our little burst. Just like so. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the happy birthday. I need to find somewhere to stick that so I don't lose it. I'm gonna stick it to my computer. That way I know I can't forget about it. Okay, so grabbing the happy birthday, I'm going to do this. Put the Darling Duckling away, and I'm going to bring in both of my colors here. And since there's a pretty big break in between happy birthday, I'm going to do the birthday in Strawberry Slush, just going right up to the side of the bee. And then I'm going to go to the end of the Y in the Misty, just like so. And then I'm going to stamp happy birthday right in the center of that. Isn't that cute? But I think I'm going to actually bring the Darling Duckling back in, and I'm going to grab that little burst, and I'm just going to do the burst a couple of times on the happy birthday because that's cute. Okay. So there is our sweet little happy birthday card. Oh, I love this. And as you know, you can choose so many different colors to do this in and really come out with some really super sweet happy birthday cards. So there is our fabulous card number 2. Okay, now we are going to do card number 3. All right, so let me get my candles put away here because we're done with those. Get those out of the way. All right, let me grab the pieces that go with card number 3. All right, so card number 3, we are coming in with Cajun Craze. Such a pretty fall color, but you're gonna see this goes really well with some little baking treats. So 8.5 by 5.5, we're gonna come back in here again and we're gonna score this at 4 1/4. Okay, there's our base. We've got some early espresso. This is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go next. We've got a piece of white that we're going to do some stamping on. And then we are bringing in the paper, Timeless Plaid. Love this paper. I'm so glad that they kept this in the store. So you can pick this up. It's got some really cool plaid colors in here. Fabulous masculine plaids, but also in the same sense, you've got some really cute feminine colors in there as well. So I picked this one here that has that Cajun Craze. It kind of just reminds me of almost like a Christmas tablecloth that I have. And I use it kind of for fall as well. But that's going to just go on our card just like so. So with this piece here, we are going to need to grab our jar. And we're going to stamp that jar 3 times. So 1, 2, and am I going to get it on there? We're going to go this way. 3. Okay. Then we're going to need that out because we're also going to need our, we're going to take that sending a little blank your way. We're going to take that and we're going to stamp that. I'm going to actually do it in this one up here. I'm going to stamp that right in the center of that jar. Okay. Then I can put that away. I'm done with that. Now we have the color Crumb Cake, Pecan Pie, Cajun Craze, and Early Espresso. So this is where we're going to need, let me clean this one off. I need the little cookies slash jelly beans, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to grab those. So I need to grab my crumb cake and my cookies in this card, and we're going to stamp those right down here. Okay, and I'm going to clean that off. Then moving to pecan or pecan pie, we're going to stamp those in pecan in this one for some cute little baked treats here. Okay, Clean that off. Now with our little lid, we are going to grab the lids and we're going to stamp the lid once in pecan. Okay. Once in crumb cake. And again, once in Cajun. Just like so. Then, using the word where I was saying you've got those 4 different words that you can put inside of this stamp set, the one that has the blank in it. I'm going to use sweetness, and I'm going to take sweetness and I'm going to stamp that using Cajun Craze right in the middle of my word here. Like so. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that one away, this one away, and that for now. Now I'm going to use the early espresso and those little dots that we have here that I was saying that you could put the specks on your cookies, almost like they're chocolate chips. So with early espresso, I'm just going to line those up and they fit perfectly in your little cookies. Okay, see how cute that is? Okay, I'm going to do it again on our pecan, or pecan, whatever you want to say. It's a weird word. Aren't those cute? Oh, love it. Okay, so I'm going to move those out of the way now. Then I'm going to grab my snips and I'm just going to come in here and cut these like so, just so I make sure that when I go to punch these, I don't jack anything else up. So coming in over this little jar, we're gonna do that. And then we can grab our lid. If I can stop shaking. Okay, so there is our little sentiment. Now I'm going to come down here and we're going to stamp the jar, those cookies. Okay, and then let's do our lids. Okay. Then we're going to need our linen thread when we get there. So let's move this out of the way. So we have to match these all up. We're going to play matchy-matchy. Okay. I'm going to go across the top of my jar. And I'm going to put my crumb cake on my crumb cake cookies. Okay, let that sit to the side. Pecan on the pecan cookies. And the colors really go, the names of the colors really go well with what you're creating here. Pecan pie and crumb cake, right? Aren't those fabulous cookies? Makes you hungry. I'm like, now I need a cookie. And then our super sweet little Cajun Craze right on top of our little sentiment there. Now what we are going to do is we are going to adhere this piece here Yeah, I'm going to have to go through my sets now and figure out where that stamp goes. Because I don't think it's one that Andre used on Friday. I don't think he put thank you in there. No, because that's not the set that he used. I'm trying to remember. What the heck did he use? Something he was looking for a moon. And he gave that card to his boss. So I don't even have it here to even say, hey, that set goes, or that stamp goes with that. It's a thanks. So I'm going to have to look at the last few cards that I've made and see where that goes. Okay, so that's going to go there. Then I'm going to take this layer. I try to make sure I put them away as soon as I see them, because otherwise if I get a bunch of those laying around, oh Lord, I'll never find homes for them. I will be there a while. Okay, so we're going to go like that. Now with our little cookies, I'm going to take my pecan pie, and my pecan pie is going to go over here. Now my crumb cake is going to go here, and we're going to pop up our little sentiment one right in the center. Oh, I meant to tell you, Cheryl, that your cats are so stinking cute. I love seeing all the little pictures. And I'm glad that you didn't have to deal with too much of that flooding that you guys had going on there. That was nuts. And that all of you guys are safe. Especially when you have kitties. I don't know if your kitties just stay indoors and you don't let them out, but they, as with people, can get swept away with those storms, and that's scary for them. I watched this one couple. I don't remember where they were. I know they're back east somewhere, but they had a tornado, and they had already left. They were gone for the day, and the husband went and picked the girl up. Well, as he was picking her up from work that day, a tornado hit their apartment complex. And so they were freaking out because they had cats. And so by the time they got back to the apartment, because they couldn't go towards their apartment because the tornado was going, so they had to wait for the tornado to blow away or dissipate, whatever a tornado does towards the ends of its life. But they finally got back to the apartment complex, and they couldn't find their cats. They're freaking out. They're running all around their apartment looking for it. Now their cats were strictly indoors, so they knew they had to be inside somewhere. But by this time, the tornado had ripped off pretty much the half side of the apartment complex. So they were like, oh my Lord, I hope the cats didn't get caught in that. Well, the cats it had moved their bed up against their closet. By the grace of God, those cats had gotten into the closet before the winds had started coming, and blew the bed up against the closet and shut the closet door. So the cats were kind of trapped in the closet, which is a good thing in that instance, because it kind of saved their cats from getting sucked out into that crazy wind. But of course, I see videos like that and I'm like, oh my gosh, those baby kitties. But it was kind of cute. It had a good inning, so that's always a good thing. Okay, so then I'm going to place that jar right at the top, and I'm going to grab my linen thread here. And I am going to, number one, we're going to kind of straighten this out a little bit because it's a little out of control. I don't know if I want it that long. We're going to go for it. So I'm going to wrap that twice because I really want those two double bows. I think that's adorable for my jar. And because this is twine, it reminded me of a homemade jar of cookies. Now, I don't know why the twine reminds me of homemade goods. Maybe it's because I attend a lot of like craft fairs, and you always see twine or, you know, jute or something like that wrapped around homemade goods. Just gives it that rustic kind of feeling, I suppose. Okay, so then I am going to grab one of my mini glue dots, maybe, if I can find one. Oh, there's one. I'm just gonna ball that up like a little ball of snot and just place that right on the lid of that jar, right in the center. And then grabbing my bow. Come on, little bow. Just gonna push that right down like so. Give that a good little fluff. Get all those little bows up in the air. And there is our super adorable little home cooked cookies, or in my case, since I don't like to bake, those would be store-bought cookies put in the jar. I'll craft all day long, but don't ask me to cook. That's just not my jam. All right, so what I'm going to do for the inside of this is I'm going to grab, of course, a strip of this paper, because this paper is just too cute to not keep using. And we're going to grab a piece of that. And this is going to go on the inside here. Yeah, this glue's about done. We're going to place that right along the bottom there. Down a little bit more. Okay. Grabbing my jar. I'm going to place my jar right like so. And I'm going to come in again. I think I'm going to use the crumb cake. Okay, let's grab early espresso. Oh, sweet. You're going to definitely have to pull that out and play with it, Kimberly. This is such a fun set. There are so many things you can do with this. Oh, I just think it's so cute. And it really does come with some really cute images in there to really give it, you know, that little wow factor. Let's grab that jar, lid, and let's stamp that right on top there, just like so. Super cute. I was thinking a little treat for you would be kind of fun to put in there. So I think I'm going to grab that. A little treat for you, and I'm going to put that right down here. Yeah, I think I like that placement right down there. And I'm going to do that in Cajun Craze. Actually, I'm going to do it in the jar. Yep, we're going to do it. Super cute! Okay, let's cut our bat wings off of our card here. And then we're going to adhere that. Right in like that. So what do you guys think of these super cute cards? Are you sold with this super cute set? I don't know how you wouldn't be, because it is just so stinking sweet. Haha, no pun intended. Yes, I guess it was. So this is, again, using the Sweet Jar with the Jar Builder Punch. And again, don't forget that it also has that holiday set as well, that you could really stretch this set out quite far. Holiday cards, birthday cards, you know, all sorts of cards. Just super, super fun. So there is our cute cards. Now I was thinking I could come in with some of these little brown or even these little gold or like a copper color. Those might be kind of cute on there. Just to give a different little color on there. I don't know. I think my ribbon does quite the little embellishment on there that I don't think I need to go into having other embellishments. I was thinking on this one though, these might be kind of cute on there because they're that strawberry slush color. Should we commit and just do it? Sure, why not? Let's bling up this birthday card. So I'm gonna come in here and grab, we're gonna go with the big one. We're gonna do this one over here, and then we're gonna grab the little one, go right up there. Perfect. Oh, love it. Sometimes you never know because you're like, oh, it's so cute, just plain, but then, yeah, kind of need to bling it up a little bit. So there we go. There is my super cute Sweet Jar cards for you guys. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for tagging me in the picture. I'll have to go check that out. They are so adorable. Cool. I'm glad you guys like these. One of my kittens keeps laying on my keyboard. Yeah, I've seen when I've been watching, you know, videos and stuff, somebody's cat will come walking across their desk and hit something and like hit a button and they're like, ah, you can't do that. Or they're typing out all these different letters when they're on the keyboard. You're like, nope, I didn't mean to send that, I promise. I'm not writing in cryptic writings. Okay, you guys, don't forget, get your mystery stamping cards in by Wednesday evening. And normally a lot of you guys are over on the East Coast, so it'll be quite late for you when I do that drawing because I do it about 5 o'clock Pacific time where I'm at. So you guys can get that put in, and I will see you guys back here next Monday on the 28th. All right, you guys, have a fabulous, fabulous week. Enjoy your upcoming weekend and stay safe out there. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.